All right, I'm back with another Money Origami Originals. Take three. Don't let this happen to you. I mean, that's not the model. Oh, and it happened again. So we're on take three, and what it is, it's Pentagon with the Lei Flower with 5 petals like a real Lei Flower has, or a nice 5 pointed star. Now, hopefully, that doesn't do that. I'm not sure why on this one, but you've really just got to get the folds really precisely on this one, and it's a little box, and there's the star on top. It's pretty cool. One point is a little bit off, and that's it. And if you want to make that one, you fold the dollar into sixths. But we're not going to do that one because it's a little bit smaller than the pattern on here, and I thought it would be easier to show. But if you mess it up, you end up with a missing link hexagon. And that's not the goal, but you know what? We could make a hexagon one of these with a 6 pointed star on it. But the 5 pointed star, that is quite the challenge. And so that's what we're going to do. And this one, without measuring and drawing marks on the bill and all that, I mean, I don't really want to do them that way. So, and we're also going to make it with the reverse color. So we're making this. It's Lei Flower. You can string them up. You just, this is attempt at a flower. Now I made it with a half sheet of paper too, and I tore the paper in half, and that torn edge makes the flower look a lot nicer there. Can you see that even? Let's see, there's just too much light. There. See the little flower? I mean, that's pretty. And so, shoot. Well, I think it was obvious maybe. The light didn't come back on. So what we've got to do is get this precisely in fifths. Now, the dollars vary a little bit. So I don't recommend creasing it really hard until you're sure you have fifths. But we need all the folds going in the same direction too. But let's try to do it without measuring anything. Except we'll do some checks. But let's start off with a check. And so let's take this apart. And give it a little check. So that's pretty good fifths there. But still, I caution you to maybe just pinch them in the middle and use them as guides to make your folds. And then line it all up. And when you're sure you have it in fifths, because one short side and your angle will be off. And the main goal is to get it to where you can make the model and I can fold it again later from the video, just like you. So what we're doing is turn it over and you fold it right to the edge of the O on the left side. That little green part in the center of the O, the left vertical line. You bring in your straight edge just where there's barely a sliver for you to tell you have it right there. Okay, it actually could possibly cover it up. So just pinch right there, really, I would say. I mean, if you want to measure it and get it into fifths, however you want to get it. But this is what I did. And then after this pinch, then I folded, reverse fan fold. We're going to have to reverse some folds because the cool little way I like to do it, one side's been coming out a little bit short. So I folded it back now on that same mark, lining this up, this raw edge up with here, and pinch it. And then after you have those two fold pinch marks, then you can bring this over to here and tuck it in really tight to your pinch mark. And then grab the paper here. I learned this from watching another video. You can grab the paper right here, make sure it's in there all the way. Because see, we have this crease in, it's going to interfere. So if you pinch this really tight and then pull like this and make your pinch mark over here. Now everything was straight when we did that. And then you open this up, and at this latest pinch mark, I reverse folded this side up to the edge. And so now fan fold it, check all your creases, and now is the time to correct it. So all 5 sides are equal. All right. All right, so now we're going to make all the folds with the greens touching. So now reverse your folds and wiggle it up and down just a little bit. And that helps you make sure you have the same spot. Because we need them all in the same direction. All right, that one's good. Now this one. I mean, one fold a little bit off, it might still work out, but 2, it's just not going to work out. All right, so now, I mean, you can't even tell very easily if it's off by going like that. So we've got all these mountain folds now. Make another one right in the center, straight across. This is the reason why this worked out and 2 of these didn't actually, because this is not half the paper here, and it changed all the dimensions in a way. So that's why it has this little scribbly stuff. But I'm gonna do my best to make sure this is the final take. 3rd time's charm, right? So, I mean, I really think that the 5-pointed stars are cool, and there's not a whole lot of really neat ones. Now there's one I showed in my flattening origami with magnets video. It's not my design, but that's one of the real nice ones. I highly recommend folding that. And let me go get it just for fun. Right, so here it is. And I'll see if I can locate the thing and put a link to it. Yeah, it's pretty darn nice. So there's just a couple other ones, and none of them, including that one, are totally textbook 5-pointed stars. That's the closest I've seen to one right there. And, maybe you can get it exactly right. I'm not sure. So that's really difficult. And this little model is going to be just about as hard to get exactly right. I mean, that is pretty darn good. And that other one was good. And this star, it's a lot more complicated approach. It's pretty darn cool, right? So I think this is a simpler approach. Gonna get us a cool little star, 5-leaf, proper Hawaiian Lei Flower. So just bear with me on this one a little bit, and we're gonna check some things. But I work on a lot of different other models. It's just a lot of them take a lot longer to figure out, and I didn't, this one shouldn't have messed up twice. Really, I should have done the diagram so that I could fold it. And anyway, so let's take the one we took apart and demonstrate some things that I'm talking about. So we're going to lift up the edge and fold it over. And now that point is 1 centimeter to that point. And that's how it works out. And then right after you fold the first one even, you should see with this line and that line and this line, the Pentagon shape, even though it's out of proportion with that point sticking up. And then when you make the second one, this point needs to be right in the middle of this side. So when you're doing these, if you're not measuring it, bring that over maybe and just give it a pinch. And then go to the next one and give it a pinch. And then lay them down loosely. Or even just do them all with a little pinch and check it out first. Now, when we do the other side, we won't have to do it that way. We'll copy those folds like that. And it should go right through the intersection of 2 creases. And that should work out pretty good. So this is take 3. Just because I can fold it a couple of times, it doesn't mean I have all the exact instructions down. So I wing it, to get the video out there. And so I have a record of how to fold it too. And it really is, I can't remember how to do all of them by heart. And, it's kind of a cop out, but when I was making the couple of videos lately, I could have done a little bit better job on them. Sorry about the last few. I really wanted to do a lot of nice videos over the weekend. And then I just kind of made them anyway, even though I wasn't 100% feeling great. So that looks like 1 centimeter to me. I'm just going to pinch it. Take my own advice and check it just like I suggested. Because I really want this one to work out. We've only got a few new bills left. Gonna have to go to the bank, and they don't even have new ones, so I have to get several $100s in ones and sort them out. So let's look at this now. That's looking like a Pentagon. Let's do one more with a pinch, or we'll just do them all with the pinch. You can fold it however you want, but you know, I don't want these to happen to you. And these were new ones because I don't even have any. I sort them out into rejects and experimental and video dollars. Alright, let's see what it's looking like. Whew, it's looking pretty good. Alright. So just check your work. And this, the 5-sided things and the 5-pointed stars and stuff. I mean, even on square, most of the time they cut the paper, which is fine. I mean, you can start with Pentagon paper if you're making a star. I don't think there's a rule that says it has to be certain shape paper. So, all right, it's there. I'm gonna measure the last one too. I want this one to look great for me too. So it's 1 centimeter. That's important. So right there. All right. So let's run these creases down the other side. Wait, I'm gonna crease them down first. Just a little bit. And check it again. I mean, if this, when you see it, if it says take 4, man, bummer for me. Most of them I really do get in one take. And there's been a few though. The airplane, that was at least take 3. That thing flies great, by the way, if you never made it. It's fun. All right, so we're just extending the creases. And they should be nice and parallel to the previous ones. I don't know. I haven't actually tried it this way. But that's how this channel works. So I wrote down the instructions on the secret compartment box because I couldn't even fold it. I had to write down the whole thing. And that's actually the only one I wrote down the steps on. So the corner on the last one, we're going to have to do manually. So it goes back like this. And you fold it over. Because we don't even have a center crease. I can't fold it in half and compare. These are probably the easiest to fix later, these end ones. But if you have to fix more than a couple creases, it's just not going to look as cool. All right, so here we go. So you've got all your pre-folds, and I think you know what we're doing by now. We're just putting it together. Yeah, so that works pretty good. Do two, and just leave that bent over. Push in this one, and then when you do this one, or do one in the middle, and then do the second one in the middle, and then lift that over and tuck this one around here. So we've got the top like that, and this is ISO area, so here comes the bottom. Don't let it get smaller than a hexagon. I mean a pentagon. All right, let's check this side. Okay, I'm happy with that. Wow, it's all downhill from here. All right, so does everybody on the channel know how to do these? I don't know if I should redo that part or not. So that's pretty good. Look at that. Flattening it out, we only got a little tiny gap. That's pretty darn good. You'd have to do like 9.9 millimeters instead of 9.5 or something. All right, so I'm gonna pinch it together in the corner and flatten. Don't get out of the screen. All right. All right. This one is looking good. That's great when you've got it. A little pentagon in the middle. That's just barely missing there. Pretty good. All right. The rest, the basic star isn't that hard. And then to tune it up, we're going to try to not even need a tool. The only thing I don't like about this model is that extra little piece of paper right there, and that's why we flipped it over and made it this way. I hope it doesn't show up very much. So let's just not even start on that corner. So here's your extra flap, and let's start on this one. And what we're doing is we're bringing this crease over to this line, this fold, and pull a little bit in the center. And then watch out that this doesn't darn, why is it not making a star? Jeez. And what is wrong? Okay, we didn't really crease anything, so we didn't wreck nothing. But I told you wrong. So from the center circle, or where the crease goes in, to this point is where we're making the fold. It doesn't reach that crease. So you've just got to divide it right here at the point especially if you want to make a nice star. I am going to use a tool. Straight edge. And then maybe we'll try on the other side to make the Lei Flower. So you fold that over. This better work out. Is that what you think when you're folding them? Is this better work out, man? Wow, is this right? You never know till it's done. A little kink right there. So for the Lei Flower that we're going to fold further. So if you want to make the Lei Flower, whoops, don't be folding these yet. Haven't shown that part. So now this one, just a little bit harder on the edge. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get rid of that. Unless Okay, we're recording. So now we've got to reverse that fold underneath. Yeah, it's crazy. I guess we're going to need a tool. And should be able to lift this up and flip it back that way. Right there. So I'm just going to skip that one again. I need more practice. So you lift this up, and that little part underneath here, you reverse it like that. Let's see, we're good there. So that little crease is what's getting reversed. It's the same two creases. You're just twisting it back the other way. This was like the pre-fold. And if I made 20 of these, maybe I'd have a better way. That's all I got now. It's coming out pretty cool. I don't know. I really like this one. I always hope everyone else does too. Look at that. Pretty nice. So you might have to play this part a few times to see exactly. And in this one, that is the tricky part. We've got to make this crease go the other way, the one that goes straight up to the point. Fold it on that one. Push this back over. There we go. All right. I am creasing that down. Where's the dice? From the center out. Woohoo! All right. This is the best one, which is what I intend with every video, of course. How do you like that? I mean, it's not a perfect five-pointed star either, but it's a pretty cool one. Now, yeah, if you really want to get fancy, let's not wreck it yet. Maybe we'll try it at the end. But then you reverse this back and flatten it underneath. So let's not wreck it. Maybe it'll be a part 2 going further. All right, now if you want to make the Lei Flower pattern, then we're going to fold these over further so that the tips of these are not points and they kind of curve in like a flower. So we're going to bring them over much further. Right here. And you've got to lift this point and tuck it in a little. So let's try bringing it all the way over to the edge. Well, don't go all the way. That'll be too much. So just a little bit there. Let's see. Make that line up on that seam, 2 creases, and flatten it. And let's go around and do that. That's what I chose. It's my video. And the Lei Flower was a little bonus because I wanted to make a 5-petal flower. Oh, incidentally, I want to tell you guys, everybody, everyone, that, yeah, I thought, maybe the videos weren't getting watched all the way, but that's not the case. What it is I was looking at the watch time average per video of the channel, and I have that one video, I don't know if you've seen it. It's really popular and it's only about 20 seconds long, and so it brings the average watch time down immensely. And that's the how to open the Pillsbury dough, my first video actually on here. Yeah, someone in my family, I learned, was scared to open that. And some people might be, I guess, but I used to make little homemade fireworks sometimes, and there's some other cool tricks and some neat things that I want to do. And I didn't put any cool content on there yet, but I started another channel. I just made the channel, and I also do video responses on it to other people's videos, but not about origami. It's not going to be money origami. So it's not really quite coming out to a Lei Flower. But anyway, you have the star method, so you can do the star method, or we're going to try and work this out and see what happens. But it's not really quite a Lei Flower yet, but it still could be. It still could be. We will see. And this one, you're just going to have to fold the point over. And that's how the paper one is. No, it was on the back of the dollar one that I showed before I took it apart. It's a little bit too far over. All right, so it's probably better just to make the star on both sides, which was the original intent of the design idea concept. But this is going to look interesting. We still got to flip these little parts reverse here. And we'll see if the magical geometry. That might be good there. All right, but anyway, this video is in no way a failure. This is a pretty cool one, and obviously I need to do more work before I make the flower pattern, which I still want to do. Anyway, the little round circle lei flower. That's my most popular money origami video, believe it or not. Yeah, that one got tons of views right around Mother's Day, and it's continued to get the most views out of all my money origami. But now part of it is me not having the best tags going, and I've actually looked into that somewhat and trying to improve on that. Well, here's the one I missed right here. No, that one's reversed under. What's going on here? Hmm. Well, this one is cool. I missed a bunch of them or something. Yeah. All right, I was talking too much. That one's reversed under, but all right. So I destroyed this side. But anyway, it's really late for me now. It's 1:15. You really want them to have that piece going under where the seams touch. And I'm going to have to wrap this one up. Yeah, you can actually do it like this. All right, not touching. Looks a little nicer. All right, well, anyway, I'm still experimenting with the lei flower part of it. It's a tiny resemblance of one. So I recommend making the star method unless, you know, you can finish this model out for me right here. But yeah, I definitely like this side better. So now if you want to make it super cool, you know, you use both. You fold these back the other way so that you've got good pre-creases going both directions. I mean, you're already done with the star just how it was before we flipped it. So you can have those sticking up. That's kind of cool. It's pretty neat. And if you did that on both sides, it's pretty neat. But now what you can do is lift these up and reverse that fold behind. So I'm going to try it just for fun because I spent so much time on this video already. Take 3. And if you can get it under there, and flatten it, I think it would be cool. Squash fold it underneath. So I guess I'm not going to try it. Nah, that's enough for me on this one. Now I did try flattening these on top on one of them. It didn't look that great. Here's the one I showed at the beginning of the video, and I put it back together. And I squashed them. On top. And I don't know. They don't really look that good, in my opinion. But there's several things you can do. And I hope you stopped with just a star. It's a little bit late for me. No more practicing on working on models tonight and stuff. But I stay up way too late sometimes trying to figure these out just because, I just keep going on stuff. It's kind of like Einstein. He said, it's not that he said about himself, it's not that I'm so much smarter, it's that he sticks with it longer. Ooh, that works pretty good. And so, that's how I came up with a lot of the models. I watch a lot of origami videos and I click off a lot of them because I'm not going to fold it and I don't see anything to gain out of it. And some of them I do fold. If I really like them, just for fun. Somebody made an octagon table, square paper origami, with really nice technique on the legs. So I folded that to experience it. And really like octagons. When I was a teenager, my dad and I made a real nice octagon table. It's 40 years ago. Still in the family. My youngest niece has it, and her new husband Wow, that looks pretty good with the extra creases, actually. It might be worth going back and making a few more from the center straight out, kind of like a sparkling star. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me kill the light one more time, see what happens. Well, it's making this part look like it's messed up, but it's not. All right, well, thanks for watching and everything. One of our subscribers did something pretty cool, and I plan to share it with you real soon. So I'm going to flatten this with the magnet trick with the little piece of wood on top, and that's going to be beautiful. And I'll undo this off the video and redo it into a star. All right, appreciate the subscribers and the feedback and the comments, and like and subscribe and share. And of course, you just everybody has to say that on YouTube, right? All right, so it's the Pentagon star trinket flicker. If you want to make it into a flicker, then don't mess around after you fold the star, and then bend one side into a dome shape. And I already did flick one, and it goes out, like a flicker. And if you don't bend it, then it flies all crazy, like a UFO out of control. All right, everybody, take care.